All right. So, how Dwight Eisenhower was labeled as a passive president, why he was quietly effective, and what his policies did to enhance government intervention while simultaneously promoting national security. All right, so Eisenhower was a presidential candidate that was wanted by both the Republicans and the Democrats. He was a military person that held a lot of prestige and fame. A lot of people looked up to him, and he was going to win the election more than likely. Eisenhower, nicknamed Ike, wanted to run as a Republican. The Democrats had been in power for a couple of election cycles now, and they were more than likely going to end up losing. So Ike went as a Republican. Ike Eisenhower. Ike is the nickname for Eisenhower. So Ike went as a Republican. He won the election of 1952 by a landslide, and he was used to the military way of running things. He was used to having a leader tell his people what to do, and then the people would go out and do it. No one really took any of the credit about what was done. And that's the system he implemented in his administration in the White House. He would tell his people what to do, and then they would go and accomplish those goals. He didn't take any credit, he didn't brag about it, and he didn't do the fireside chats that FDR had done previously, and which the citizens were really much used to. And so, to them, the citizens, it seemed as if Ike wasn't doing much, that he was a passive president. Even though he was doing a lot and a lot of good came out of Eisenhower's presidency, he was viewed as a passive president that didn't have any control over his administration, which was completely false. He had a lot of control, and he was the one in control. He was the one making decisions. He just didn't make it publicly known. Some of the policy accomplishments of Eisenhower were maintaining the Social Security and other welfare programs, which were just so much liked by Americans, and just the public infrastructure. He created the need and said that we want to have a national highway system that is of military standards, and so essentially taking the highway system of Germany that Hitler implemented and putting it in America. And this was amazing for Americans. It prompted, in case of a Soviet attack, it allowed tanks to be effectively transported across the nation. And he proposed a balanced budget. He wanted a balanced budget. He wanted the government to reduce their funding while simultaneously keeping up with these programs, such as Social Security and unemployment, which was liked by a lot of people. He was a really good mix of liberal and conservative policies, and overall was a really good president, even though a lot of people at the time thought he wasn't doing